Hi, it's Red-Headed Riding Hood here. Red for short. Y'all, I have so much going on. This is Awakenings Part 2. It's inspired by the song by Amanda Cook called Awakenings. I will put the link below again. And I do have a verse to share with you that goes with it. Matthew 10:27. Whatever I tell you in the dark, speak in the light, and what you hear in the ear, preach on the housetops. And some of the lyrics from the song are verse 2, stuck inside a shade of blue, sadness was my only comfort. I didn't know that only you could fill my world with all the colors. The chorus is, this is my awakening, that while my heart was fast asleep, you were resurrecting me. I thought that I could never breathe. I thought the pain would never leave, but you're redeeming everything. In verse 3, I love the hope in this song. Now there's a dawn at every turn. You speak to me in new beginnings. A ray of sun to heal the hurt. The music stops, but you're still singing. And the chorus changes at the end, I guess, a little bit. This is my awakening. I'm never going back to sleep. How could I after what I've seen? This is my awakening. There's color now in everything. I'm never going back to sleep. How could I after what I've seen? This is my awakening. So, feel that song and when I came to Denver in 2022, I felt that also. And I ended up like accidentally in another bad relationship before I left. But I knew it wasn't going to be a long-term relationship. I knew it wasn't going to work. And I kind of used the person that I got into a relationship with for like a month. I kind of just used him because I was coming out of that friendship with Gladys, and that had fallen in on itself, and a lot to do with the bad tenant she had, the bad roommate I had. and I knew I needed, it was almost the same sort of situation as getting out of Georgia. It's like, I know I have to get out of here. Time to get out of Dodge, Red. Get out of here. And I got into that relationship with this man in St. Louis, and I was like, what am I doing? I know I shouldn't be doing this, and like, we need to just be friends, and I do need help at this moment, because again, I had downsizes and I was putting everything I owned in my car, and then I had half of my stuff. This is everything I own, again, mind you. I had half of it in this man's storage, and then I'm like, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? I gotta get my stuff out of this. I didn't have a vehicle to get to Denver when I sold my RV, and I was like, so I bought this vehicle from this man, And thankfully it wasn't too much, but for $2,500. I'm like, it wasn't running. The back windshield was smashed. And I didn't know I was going to even tell you guys the story today. These videos just, that's the fun of me writing it myself. It has a life of its own, and I don't even, but anyways, the vehicle wasn't running. He did get it running. We fixed, I paid for the window to be fixed and all of that, but I kept on I've been learning, and even now more so, I understand why I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't trusting myself. I didn't really understand my issues. I thought I was still bipolar, but for some reason that never did make sense. And then I found out I had the thyroid issue, and I was like, a lot of these things with the thyroid, with the hypo and hyperthyroid. I had hyperthyroid, and then they burned it off with radiation. Are symptoms that look like bipolar also. And then it turns out, I believe, I was diagnosed ADHD, but now I believe, and I'm going to look into it further, that I have autism and ADHD. And I'm like, so much stuff makes sense, and that's why this devotion on awakening. But anyways, so to make a long story short, I didn't take the van that I bought. I left it there with this van, and I still didn't get paid back for it, but that's okay. I really needed his help at that time, and then I ended up buying my RAV for, he was a car person too. He went with me to get that car, and so that was that story. And I came here, and I was starting over, and I realized just recently, like I guess this year, that I'm in this apartment. I was here in this apartment after getting the money from my dad that I got in 2022 after I came to Denver. This has been a healing journey and space I've been in. And now I might be moving out of this apartment probably next year because it's just so expensive, and I can't save up to buy my own place while I'm paying this amount of rent. But instead of, I was feeling so guilty for being here until I felt like, God was saying, and also there's things God didn't tell you. Another verse I have always loved, but now it's another like light bulb going on. There's a verse in the Bible in the New Testament where Jesus says to his disciples, I have many things to tell you, but you cannot bear them now. And I'm thinking like, one of my children, I feel like they might know. And it's because of something one of my children said to me that the light went on, and I said, if you are, then I could be. And I really think some of my brothers were, maybe all of my brothers were autistic. Definitely my brother Mark, who took his life, and he could have had something comorbid, but I definitely think now that he was autistic. There's so many signs of it in him. And he, I believe, took his own life by taking something in 2006. So my parents always thought he was bipolar. That was what we thought the diagnosis was in our family, what was going on in our family. And some of my brothers, maybe Mark also, but I don't know, but I know my brother Christopher, they once thought he had schizophrenia because he said he heard something, he heard a voice or something, but I don't know that that was correct. I definitely think my brother Christopher too could have been autistic also. So it's a lot of stuff to come to terms with and think about, and it's kind of overwhelming. But it's also like the light coming on, like awakening, and like there's and I just listened to Mom on the Spectrum, I'll put the link below, how I'm looking at it on the TV, how an autism diagnosis can positively transform your life. And that's what gives me encouragement and so much hope. And it's like I keep saying, like the puzzle, like a piece of the puzzle. And so, yeah. I'll let you go. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye.